Everyone, Pete the Guttural Monk here. Today I'd like to share with you my top 15 releases from 2015. This has been an awesome year for music, but these are the albums that I kept going back to time and time again throughout the course of the year. These are the ones I expect to stick with me long into 2016 and absolutely beyond that as well. For me, number 15, this is the debut full length from Gruesome. This is Savage Land. This was released back in April on Relapse Records. I'm not going to get too in-depth into this one because everything that you've already seen, heard, read, and watched about this album online is absolutely true. This is a brilliant, old-school, gory, death metal fun masterpiece, and if you are a fan of the genre and you haven't checked that one out, I highly recommend that you do so. Next up at number 14, this is Passage from Alda. We waited 4 years for this album after Tahoma, but this is finally out now on Bindrune and Nordvis Records. This is just some absolutely gorgeous folk, post-rock, atmospheric black metal with some doom influence riddled throughout the album there. Gorgeous songwriting, long songs that kind of build up and absolutely crush you. If any of that sounds good to you, or if you're already a fan of Alda and you haven't checked this one out, do yourself a favor and pick up Passage. Next up at number 13, this is Heathen with Shaped by Aeolian Winds. This is out right now on Ars Magna Records. This is some cold, hateful black metal from the South Jersey, Philadelphia area. No pretty parts, no folky parts. This is straight up punch you in the throat black metal. Cool fact about this album, it was actually recorded in a converted funeral home, so you really do get that eerie, dingy, uncomfortable atmosphere kind of hanging over the entire album. Really killer stuff if you haven't checked this one out. Definitely go do so. Next up at number 12, this is Chapel of Disease. This is The Mysterious Ways of Repetitive Arts. This is out right now on FDA Records. These guys are from Germany. They play a very unique kind of doomed out death metal with some heavy metal influence. Awesome shredding, ripping solos. Some really fantastic songwriting. This album kind of had me hooked right from the first spin. If you haven't heard this one and you're a fan of death metal, absolutely do yourself a favor. Check that one out as well. Next up at number 11, this is some gorgeous doomed out stoner metal with some fantastic riffs happening throughout the album. This is Elder with Lore. This is their third full-length album. This one's out right now on Armageddon Shop. I heard the vinyl treatment is absolutely gorgeous, but I haven't picked that one up yet. Some really fucking fantastic stuff happening here. So if you're a fan of stoner doom, definitely check out Lore from Elder. Next up at number 10, this is Visigoth with The Revenant King. Cool fucking cheeseball heavy metal released by Metal Blade Records earlier this year. Jake Rogers handles the vocal duties here. He's got some really deep black metal ties with Winterlore and Gallow Braid, rumored to be a member of Kaladin Brood as well. This album, he kind of throws away the harsh vocals and lets the cleans just fucking soar. Absolutely amazing songwriting, solos, everything is happening on this album. Definitely my heavy metal album of the year, and also probably the only album on this list that I know basically every word to because I've spun it so many fucking times. Next up at number 9, this is Crucimentum with Charnel Passages. Profound Lore handled this one back in July. So stoked to finally have this album. This is their first full length. These guys are from the UK. They are an absolute fucking meatball of a death metal band. Fucking amazing artwork happening here. The package in general is just fucking gorgeous. This is a really sick death metal album. Some early Morbid Angel influence is absolutely apparent, but it's kind of doomed out and old school as well. Crucimentum, fucking Charnel Passages, absolutely fantastic stuff. Check that one out if you haven't already. Next up, number 8, this is Obsequii. This is Aria of Vernal Tombs. This is out right now on 20 bucks spin. This is some really cool, really unique, medieval-tinged black metal. These guys have a lead harp player, which sets them apart from basically every other black metal band on the planet. This is an absolute fucking solid block of black metal. I highly recommend checking this one out. Next up, my number 7 album of the year is from Coffin Craft. This is their first full length after 2 EPs. This is In Eerie Slumber, out right now on Memento Mori. This is some really fucking buzzing, old school, finished death metal, done the right way. Can't say enough good things about this album. Can't wait to see what Coffin Craft does next. This is fucking killer stuff. Highly recommend that you check it out. Next up, number 6, this is Misthryming from Iceland. This is some really fucking hateful black metal, some really cold shit. This is out right now on Territor Productions. This is their first and only release, period. I'm pretty sure it's only 2-man black metal. Fucking cold, fucking hateful, evil shit right here. I absolutely love the production of this album. It's really fucking dingy and crusty, but I love every second of it. Check out Misrhyming if you are a fan of black metal. My number 5 album of the year took 11 years to release this one after their last full length. They broke up, they reformed, they put out this fucking masterpiece. This is Forward Without Motion from Vehemence. Can't say enough good things about this. This makes basically every other melodic death metal album released this year look like a bag of shit. Awesome stuff. So glad that these guys were actually able to reform and put together a fucking amazing album like this. Again, I love the production. It's crusty, it's dirty, it's nasty. The fucking songwriting is incredible. The solos are fucking awesome. Everything about this album is fucking killer. Definitely check that out if you're a fan of death metal, melodic death metal, anything. Next up at number 4, this is probably the most terrifying album that I heard this year. This is Abyssal with Anti-Catastasis. This is out right now, again on Profound Lore Records. These guys are also from the UK. This is absolutely fucking terrifying, haunting shit. Claustrophobic, suffocating, atmospheric death metal. I highly recommend you check out the last song. The last song on the album is some fucking chilling stuff. Abyssal released like 3 albums in the last couple years, so these guys are fucking busy churning out some really fucking awesome stuff. Check this album out if you haven't already. It will not disappoint. My number 3 album of the year, Polish black metal. This album gets a lot of press, and for all the right reasons. This is Migwa with Exercises in Futility. I can't really do it justice because everything that can be said about this album has already been said. This is out now on Northern Heritage and No Solace. Absolutely amazing stuff. Fucking incredible songwriting. Again, cold and hateful and evil. But everything about this album just fucking comes together in all the right ways. This is their 3rd full length. This is probably their best full length to date, in my opinion. Everything that you've heard about this album is also true. It kicks ass, and if you haven't checked it out and you're a fan of straight up black metal, highly recommend that you do so. My number 2 album of the year came out of fucking nowhere for me. I had heard this band's previous material, but I wasn't hooked on it like I was with this album. This album is absolutely incredible. It's another black metal album. This is out also on Bindrune and Nordvis. This is Nachachwin with The Heart of Akamon. I cannot say enough good things about this one. It is just absolutely perfect. Americana, full-tinged black metal. Absolutely fucking gorgeous songwriting. This album came out of nowhere, like I said, and absolutely knocked me down, man. I've spun this so many times since it came out. I cannot say enough good things about it. So glad that these guys decided to put black metal at the forefront of their music, and it absolutely paid off for them. I think this is as near perfect of a black metal album as it gets. Highly recommend that you check it out. Do not judge a book by its cover. Check out Nachachwin and The Heart of Akamon. So that leaves me with number 1. My number 1 album of the year, I did not expect to be what it was. My number 1 album of the year, I expected to be a death metal or a black metal album, but it is neither. It is a sludgy stoner doom metal album. Ever since I saw the cover art for this kind of break on Facebook, I knew that I had to check this one out, but I didn't know that it was going to leave such an imprint on me as it did. I'm going to shut up and just show you what it is. My number 1 album of the year is Chemist. This is Absolution. It's out right now on $20 spin. This is just as near perfect as the genre gets. It has some very fucking sick, massive, mammoth riffs going on to it. The clean vocals and the harsh vocals work so well together that it adds such an element of intensity to the music. It is just jaw-droppingly good. And check out that artwork. The artwork is just fucking gorgeous. It just really sums up the power of the whole album. Definitely check this one out. I picked this one up on multi-formats because this was definitely my jam this year. I cannot wait to see what these guys have to offer in the future because this album is just fucking awesome. And I gotta say, $20 spin, you guys put out such a fucking amazing year this year. Between that one, the Obsequiae that I mentioned before, the EP from Abyss, Vastum, Magic Circle, Nightfell. I mean, $20 spin just had such a fucking monster 2015. Definitely keep it up, man. That was fucking amazing. So like I do in basically every other video, I'm going to share a couple of reissues with you. These are my top 3 reissues of 2015. So get it started with the Horn reissue. These are the first 2 Horn full lengths, finally available on CD. I think it's limited to like 1,000 copies. This is out right now on Northern Silence. Fucking massive gatefold digipack happening on this one. It's so awesome to finally own these albums. They were long out of print. I think one was only a CDR release, and one was a very short run, if it had really any run at all. If you don't know Horn, this is one-man atmospheric black metal from Germany. It's fucking classic stuff, if you ask me. But now he's finally getting the reissue and the packaging that these albums deserve. Really fucking awesome stuff. So glad to finally own that. My number 2 reissue of the year. Really cool that fucking Relapse Records took the time to do this one. This is definitely the fat and the thick of their vast discography. This is Razor with Shotgun Justice, Open Hostility, and Violent Restitution. This is some violent, aggressive, old-school thrash metal from the late 80s, early 90s from Canada. These are, in my opinion, their best 3 albums. If you're into very violent, aggressive thrash, definitely check out Razor if you haven't done so. Violent Restitution is the album that got me into Razor, so you should check that one out first. But all of them got the proper reissue, treatment. Really cool, fucking, glossy finish on the outer sleeve there. Really awesome stuff. So glad to finally have these in my collection. All of them have bonus tracks. Really fucking great reissue by Relapse Records. My number 1 reissue of the year. This came out on Dark Descent Records. I think if you didn't get it on the pre-order, you're probably not going to get this format. But this was the Morpheus Descends from the Black and Crips discography complete box set. This contains the 2015 EP from the Black and Crips, as well as all the other material that this band has ever recorded. Another fucking massive fold-out digipack. This is the complete discography here. Comes with a poster. It comes with a DVD in this cool little jewel case as well. And obviously it comes in that massive box that I showed you before. Morpheus Descends, if you don't know, are one of the most underrated New York death metal bands from the day. This is finally some fucking awesome treatment for this band. Fucking awesome to finally have this stuff in my collection, because I didn't have anything from Morpheus Descends before that. So that's really it. 2015 kicked my ass. I'm hoping 2016 does as well. For the future of this channel, you could probably expect a 2015 kind of like recap at the end of January. Just a couple albums that I haven't gotten yet that I've ordered from, various parts of the planet and other shit that just hasn't arrived yet. So I'm going to finish up 2015 before I move into 2016 stuff. So 2016 album updates, collection updates will probably commence in like mid to late February. I'm going to try to do them every month instead of every 2 months. I just think that's going to take a little bit of work off of my plate. And in the meantime, who knows? I might start the collection update videos with just my my current CD collection. I might try a review video or 2. So who knows? Just thank you for subbing. Ever since like 2 collection update videos ago, I've had like a sub or 2 every single day. So I really appreciate you guys coming back and listening to me babble about this shit. But yeah, man, stay tuned. I have more fucking metal for you. Happy New Year, all that happy horse shit, and cheers.